Nelson Mandela, Madiba. I will not give any adjective to his leadership. Heroical, visionary, transformational, servant. Leadership is hard to categorize. I will just try to make a couple of points. Madiba was born the 18th of July of 1918 from an illiterate but very devoted Christian family. His father died when he was 9. His mother sent him with a local chief to be educated, and Christianity became a significant part of his life. He loved African history and was influenced by anti-imperialist rhetoric and initially considered European colonialists not as an oppressors but benefactors who brought education to Africa. In 1940, he moved to Johannesburg to work, and he saw in his works my first sight of South African capitalism in action. Mandela embraced a multiracial front against apartheid, influenced by Soviet Union's wars on national liberation. His mistrust of communism broke down, and he began reading literature by Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, and Mao Zedong, and embracing Marxist philosophy of dialectical materialism. He lived in a multiracial society with multiple different interests and points of view. After 27 years in jail, 27 years, being a symbol of the struggle, finally he was free, and peaceful democratic elections took place in 1996, where up to then 30 million blacks and 4.4 million colored people were controlled by only 4 million white people. But he saw that other post-colonial African economies were damaged by the departure of the white elites, and Mandela worked to reassure the South African white population that they were protected and they were going to be represented in the Rainbow Nation. In his government of national unity, he tried to create a broad coalition by appointing de Klerk as his deputy president and appointing 5 National Party officers, white, as his own ministers. He did not retaliate against those keeping him in jail for 27 years. He made them even members of his own government. He said, if you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. Mandela was a controversial figure for much of his life. Critics on the right denounced him as a communist terrorist, and those on the far left deemed him too eager to negotiate and reconcile with apartheid supporters, but he gained international acclaim for his activism. After 25 years of democracy, South Africa today, in the year 2020, under the World Bank Gini Index, is the most economically unequal country of the world. The Rainbow Nation is even more divided now than it was in 1994. Leadership theory and leadership practice and reality. Did he do it well with his Rainbow collaborative approach? Some of his quotes: a leader who relies on authority, meaning power, is bound to come to grief. Another one: if I have moral authority, and I say if, moral authority does not resolve world problems. Mandela, Madiba, in a rainbow, multicolored, no black and white world, do we have to wait another 25 years for equality in South Africa? And he said, there is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and it is in your hand to make a better world for all who live in it. Clearly, there is no easy answer for complicated problems, and leadership is confusing as hell.